Say hi, Rachel.
Hi.
Okay, for those of you that aren't here, we're just going to do a demonstration and then I'll send you guys this video. So the next step is to make a bunch of practice watercolor paintings, and we're going to use the wet in wet technique. So you have a decision to make first, and that is what size paper you're going to use. So it kind of depends on your silhouette. If you want your silhouette to go on a big paper, obviously you choose this one. If you want it to be more true to size, you'll want to do the smaller paper, and then decide which direction you need it to be oriented. If it's going to go landscape direction or portrait, because that will help you decide on your brush strokes, what direction your brush strokes need to go. And this is a technique where you have to move kind of fast.
Okay, yeah.
Because once your paint starts to dry, the technique won't work as well. So the first thing I've done is I've just chosen a few colors. So think about what kind of sunset-y colors or sunrise colors you want to use. And keep in mind too, these colors will mix on your paper. So for example, I want to have like reds and oranges, those warm kind of sunset colors, but I know that when I put the red and the yellow right next to each other, it will blend to create that orange for me. And then some blues. So think about those kind of soft colors. And what I would do is before you even start painting on the paper, add some water to your colors and just kind of create a puddle and get that color ready so that as soon as you need it, it's ready to go. So we've got these nice new palettes to try to help our colors not run together anymore, which I'm excited about. I made sure I put a little bit of extra on my tray, that way I don't have to take the time to get more. Primary colors. Alright, and then before you start painting on your paper, I would recommend you put your name on the back first in pencil, because after these are done, your paper, there's a good chance it'll be very, very wet, and you won't want to put it on after that. So the first step, and I'm going to just kind of keep moving, so I would watch this whole demo first, and then you'll get to make a lot of practice ones.
Okay.
I'd like you to make at least 3 practice ones, and then from there you can choose your final out of those 3, depending on how they dry, or you can use those and learn from them, and then make another one as your final. Okay? So, for this part, you're going to need a lot of water and one of these bigger brushes. And wet on wet, we had just done a very small space, but for this project, we're working pretty fast on a big piece of paper, and you may have to kind of look to the side. It should look shiny. If it doesn't look shiny, you don't have enough water, but you want to start by having a layer of water over the whole thing, and then while it's still very wet, you can go in. I'm going to do red on the top. and start adding your color. And you don't have to completely mix because it will just kind of start spreading on its own. So right here, maybe I want to try to bleed into the yellow to make orange. Okay, and then I think towards the bottom, maybe I want another patch of red. It's kind of a playful technique. You can play around with it. That creates a green right there. I didn't think that through. But if you leave some spots, it almost looks like clouds, you know, for a sky. Some patches of white. So I might just leave that and see what happens. But you could go back, you know, and add some splotches and see if that turns into more of like a sunset-y kind of clouds, you know. But it's just kind of, we're just practicing, you know. So just try a few. But then after you get it completely done, like that didn't really take me much time at all. Since it's just you guys, I'll have you just leave your paper right here.
Okay.
And then we won't even move these to the drying rack because if we do, it's going to drip all over the place. You can actually kind of move your paper a little bit and have them run together differently if you want to. But if we put them on the drying rack, they're going to be a little bit slanted. So we'll just leave it on this flat surface. You're my last class, so we can do that.
Yeah.
We won't put the chairs up on these tables, and then tomorrow I'll see how they dry. But yeah. And if you guys do need to mix your colors here first, like maybe you want to know exactly what a purple would look like or an orange, just mix on here first before you start. Some areas, like down here, I kind of wanted my blue more vibrant. So I'm going to try to get more of that pigmented color and add some of that in. I gave you paper that is supposed to be watercolor paper, but I might just cut up some tagboard paper for you instead because it doesn't look like it's like soaking up the water weirdly. Oh. Yeah. Let me get some more. I'll stop this.